and I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I told the world, I talk to God every day. If God's with me, can't nobody be against me.
Sonny,
I shook up the world. I know God. I know the real God.
So over here at the Virgin Kitesurf Armada, we meet with
Leo Koenig.
and Leo. What kind of products do you have over here?
We have these little boxes. In it is a little tracking device called the Woo. And what we really try to do is turn kiteboarding into a big online game. So a lot of people have way more fun kiting and can challenge their friends and themselves.
So it's the gamification of a sport.
That's exactly what it is, yep.
In what way does Woo do that?
Well, the very simplest way is leaderboards. So if you go out kiteboarding, at the end of the day there will be a leaderboard. You can see how you stack up against your friends, how you stack up perhaps in your country or on the globe. And that's the most simple way how we can gamify a sport. Then we can form teams in the sport. So you have, similar to soccer, like a Premier League of kiteboarding in the UK right now. It's the BKSA Challenge. And there's many single player games that we think about. You want to obviously better your own score. You want to beat your personal record. And we're thinking a lot about giving people badges and achievements for those kinds of things.
So there will be a lot of development on the backside of the product.
That's absolutely right. We had to spend the first almost 3 years now of our time mostly developing the piece of hardware, so the foundation of our product. But now as we're there, we spend time on what we call the fun stuff, all these funny little games that you can build around the sport.
Because we had a little bit of a sneak before, because now it's just about jumping high, but it seems that there's some other stuff coming up as well.
We went to a wake park essentially with our twin tip boards and long fins, and rocked up there and said to the guys, "Hey, why don't we make a jumping high competition?" And they just looked at us like, "What? What do you want?" So we realized this isn't working, for example, a sport like wakeboarding. So they said, "We want to know what kind of tricks we do." So we went back into our little offices and rooms, sat down in front of our computers, and tried to teach Woos how to wakeboard, essentially, which means detecting tricks, detecting what kind of tricks a rider performs, and gamifying the sport of wakeboarding around that technology. Not so much height.
Okay, so then you have a leaderboard, and you can show other people what trick you sticked.
For example, that, or you can see in that particular trick, for example, a front side, heel side switch 180. Are you the best one in terms of the airtime you get out of it, in terms of the execution, the landing score? So we'll have a landing score as well that measures how well you actually stuck the trick, and all that combines to a point score, and that's ultimately what your leaderboard will be.
So it's like a digital judge.
Pretty much, yeah. We don't want to go that far, right? Because judge is no one likes the referee. Yeah. Everybody always yells at the referee, which we've learned in kiteboarding as well. Everybody yells at us. I was way higher than that, but at least a game, and perhaps we are to a degree a judge.
So you think in the future we don't need judges at freestyle events anymore? We can just do it with a Woo?
I don't think it will go fully that way. Perhaps there's some global online competitions where you qualify for big main events through the Woo. But there's always that element of style and that element of creativity, the right side B-note type of the score that I don't think technology can ever pick up. So,
hello kiteboarders, back with KiteFinder TV on the Virgin Kitesurf Armada, and we're over here with Xsensr, and you are?
I'm Scott from Xensr.
Hello Scott, so why would people buy an Xsensr?
Okay, the Xensr is, we have a 3D visualizing unit. The difference between us and other stuff on the market is we work in 3D, not 2D. And we also have a GPS tracker within there. So that means that you can have a map of where you've been, also showing you height and jump data. But it just means you can validate the data a little more. It shows you a map of exactly where each jump was. So from a kitesurfing point of view, it brings the human aspect, it brings your aspect of the session back into the game, rather than just a device telling you did 10 jumps, you went jump 10 feet in the air. We can actually show you exactly where it was and how you did it. And you can say, yeah, that's all right, I trust this device and I know that's how the session went down.
Oh, cool, but I'm just kiteboarding, but when it's not windy, I go ride my mountain bike and that kind of stuff. Can I use it for that as well?
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's one of the major things that we enjoy about the Xensr is that To be honest, $199 is the UK retail, and for kite surfing only, that's expensive. Well, you know, customers' money is tight right now, and it's expensive. Whereas we can go on snowboarding. I use the snowboarding for testing over the winter. Mountain biking. We're a multi-sport device, so wherever you want to take this, whatever readings you want to get, such as I don't know, speed, jumps on a downhill mountain biking, jumps on the snowboard. It could be sort of speed on your SUP, distance on your SUP, that kind of thing. We're a true multi-sport device. So kite surfing is our biggest push. It's what people are really wanting to know about the height and the jump data right now. But this is such a multi-sport device. The surfing, we have the surfing option being finalized and dropped next week, and each sport is being updated and processed in turn.
Can I connect it with my popular apps as well? Because you know, my friends say if it ain't on Strava, it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. You can export the data, so this saves all the data. Using the online platform, you can export the data for more. Strava will give you more analysis. We're about to sort of show off the social media side, but you can export all the data into apps like Strava. We have integration into with Android watches, smart watches, so we get live data on your watch. If you're out there kiting or on your mountain bike, look down, you will see the last data from your last jump live, no processing.
So I can just see how high I went when I'm jumping. I can already see how high I go.
So you landed it, and maybe for progression, you thought that was a good jump, that was 20 feet, and then you go again, and you can practice, and you can bring it back into it.
Perfect. Does it do a metric system as well?
Yeah, you can change the device, the units the device uses. So American obviously wanting inches, and we're going to want centimeters over in the UK. So it's you can change that, no problem.
Perfect. Well, people, if you want to know anything there is about what you are doing, just get yourself one of these beautiful boxes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
He's too ugly to be the world's champ. The world's champ should be pretty like me.
Well, he told me to bet my life that you wouldn't go 3 rounds.
Well, if you want to lose your money, then bet on funny.